The sky looked wrong. Not dramatic, not stormy, just wrong. A pale haze hung over the horizon, shimmering like heat on desert sand. Creatures across the Yucatán plains paused, sensing something ancient and instinctive: danger. But nothing alive on Earth could comprehend what was coming. Far above the planet, a mountain of rock, 6 miles wide, hurtled toward Earth at more than 20 kilometers per second, faster than a bullet, older than the continents, a relic from the birth of the solar system. It had wandered for eons, silent and indifferent, until gravity finally pulled it into a fatal embrace with our world. When it hit, the impact was beyond violence. It was transformation. The asteroid slammed into shallow ocean with the force of 100 trillion tons of TNT. In the first millisecond, the rock vaporized, the sea boiled, the crust beneath it folded like paper. A fireball rose, incandescent and monstrous, hotter than the surface of the sun. Everything within hundreds of kilometers died instantly, not burned, not crushed, but erased. Shockwaves raced outward, forests collapsed, dinosaurs were thrown off their feet, the ground rippled like water. A tsunami taller than skyscrapers surged across coastlines, swallowing everything in its path. But the true horror wasn't the blast, it was the sky. Debris shot into space, arcing around the planet before falling back as molten rain. The atmosphere ignited, wildfires spread across continents, smoke and ash blotted out the sun. Day turned to night, night turned to something worse, a cold, choking twilight that lasted for years. And yet, in the chaos, life clung on. Small mammals hid in burrows, birds sheltered in crevices. Creatures that could adapt, endure, and wait survived the first hours of hell. The dinosaurs did not. The world they ruled was gone. The age they defined was ending. But the story of Earth was not finished. In the ashes of destruction, something new was beginning, quietly, invisibly, like a seed buried beneath winter snow. The sky had fallen, but evolution was rising. Darkness settled over Earth like a shroud. Not the darkness of night, but a deeper, heavier gloom, a world without sunlight. Ash and soot filled the atmosphere, forming a global veil that blocked warmth and light. Photosynthesis collapsed, plants withered, ecosystems unraveled. This was the impact winter, and it lasted for years. Temperatures plummeted. Even in the tropics, frost crept across the ground. Animals that had survived the initial blast now faced a slower, more merciless threat: starvation. Herbivores died first, their food sources gone. Carnivores followed, unable to hunt what no longer existed. The great dinosaurs, the ones that had endured the firestorm, faded into extinction one by one. But in the shadows, life persisted. Small mammals, barely larger than mice, scurried through leaf litter and burrows. They ate anything: seeds, insects, carrion. Their flexibility became their salvation. Birds, descendants of small feathered dinosaurs, survived too. Their ability to fly allowed them to seek shelter and food across vast distances. The world was quiet. No thunderous footsteps, no bellowing giants, just the soft rustle of tiny survivors navigating a broken planet. Volcanic eruptions added to the misery, spewing more ash into the air. Acid rain fell, oceans acidified, coral reefs collapsed. Yet even in this bleakness, evolution was working. slowly, relentlessly. As the years passed, the ash began to settle. Sunlight returned in thin, fragile beams. Plants sprouted again, first mosses and ferns, then shrubs, then forests. Life was rebuilding itself, piece by piece. The mammals emerged from hiding. Their populations grew, their bodies changed, their behaviors shifted. They explored new niches left vacant by the vanished dinosaurs. The world was still harsh, but it was warming, healing, becoming something different. The asteroid had not just ended an era, it had cleared the stage, and evolution was ready to begin its next act.
With the dinosaurs gone, Earth became a world of opportunity. Empty ecological niches stretched across every continent. Forest floors, riverbanks, open plains, all were waiting for new rulers. And the creatures that stepped forward were not giants. They were small, quick, adaptable mammals. For more than 150 million years, mammals had lived in the shadows. They were nocturnal, cautious, and tiny, a strategy that helped them avoid becoming dinosaur snacks. But now, the shadows were gone. The giants were gone, and the survivors began to change. Some mammals grew larger, others became specialized. Some took to the trees, developing grasping hands and keen eyesight. Others returned to the water, evolving streamlined bodies and powerful tails. Still others remained small, but became smarter, more social, more curious. Evolution accelerated. Birds flourished too. With pterosaurs gone, they became the masters of the sky. Their diversity exploded, from tiny songbirds to massive flightless giants. Reptiles adapted as well, though none regained the dominance of their dinosaur ancestors. The world was reshaping itself around its new inhabitants. Climates stabilized, forests expanded, rivers carved new paths, mountains rose, continents drifted, and through it all, mammals continued to evolve, driven by competition, environment, and chance. Among them were early primates, small tree-dwelling creatures with grasping hands, forward-facing eyes, and growing intelligence. They were not remarkable at first glance, but they carried something extraordinary: potential. The asteroid had not chosen them. It had not planned their rise, but its destruction created the conditions they needed to thrive. The age of mammals had begun.
Millions of years passed. Forests thickened, climates shifted. Mammals diversified into predators, grazers, climbers, swimmers, and flyers. But one lineage, the primates, began to stand out. Their brains grew larger, their hands became more dexterous, their social structures more complex. They learned, remembered, communicated, they formed bonds, they solved problems. Intelligence was emerging, slowly but unmistakably. Early primates lived in trees, leaping from branch to branch with precision. Their world was three-dimensional, demanding coordination and awareness. Natural selection favored those who could navigate this complexity. Vision sharpened, depth perception improved, curiosity became an advantage. Then came a turning point: climate change. Forests shrank, grasslands spread. Some primates descended from the trees, adapting to life on the ground. They walked upright more often. Their hands were freed for other tasks, carrying food, caring for young, manipulating objects. Tool use began. Not sophisticated tools, not yet, but sticks for digging, stones for cracking nuts, simple actions that required planning and memory. Each innovation nudged evolution forward. Social groups grew larger, cooperation became essential, communication evolved from gestures and calls into something richer. The foundations of language were forming. The world was preparing for something unprecedented. The asteroid had wiped out the dominant species of its time, but in doing so, it had opened a path for intelligence to rise. Not just instinct, not just adaptation, but conscious thought, the ability to reflect, imagine, and create. The lineage that would become human was still millions of years away, but the spark was there, burning quietly, waiting. We often imagine evolution as a straight line, dinosaurs, then mammals, then humans. But the truth is more chaotic, more fragile, more miraculous. Our existence is not inevitable. It is the result of a cosmic accident. The asteroid that struck Earth 66 million years ago did not simply end an age, it sculpted the future. Without it, dinosaurs might still dominate the planet. Mammals might still be small, nocturnal creatures hiding in the underbrush. Primates might never have evolved beyond simple tree dwellers. Intelligence might never have reached the level required for culture, technology, or storytelling. Everything we are, every thought, every dream, every civilization traces back to a moment of unimaginable destruction. We are the children of catastrophe. Our ancestors survived because they were small, adaptable, and lucky. They endured the fires, the darkness, the cold. They navigated a world stripped bare. And when the planet healed, they evolved into forms capable of creativity, empathy, and innovation. Humans eventually emerged, upright, curious, social, intelligent. We learned to shape our environment. We built tools, shelters, communities. We painted on cave walls. We crossed oceans. We mapped the stars. We asked questions about our origins. And now, as far as we can tell from the evidence we have found, a species exists that can understand the event that made it possible. We can trace the crater. We can measure the impact. We can model the climate collapse. We can follow the evolutionary chain from tiny mammals to modern humans. We can tell the story. The asteroid was destruction, yes, but it was also creation. It was the catalyst for everything that followed, every species, every ecosystem, every human life that we know of. And that makes our existence extraordinary. We are not just animals shaped by evolution. We are survivors of a cosmic disaster. We are inheritors of a world rebuilt from ashes. We are storytellers born from the greatest story Earth has ever known, or at least the greatest story we have yet discovered. The sky fell, the world burned, life almost ended. But from that darkness came us. And perhaps, somewhere in the deep and still unread chapters of Earth's history, others came before. We may not be the first to understand, but we are the ones who can speak of it now. So ask the questions, follow the evidence, and keep the story alive. If this story moved you, like the video and subscribe so we can keep telling it together.